Today we're talking about planting chestnut trees in the Pacific Northwest. If you're in Washington, Oregon, or similar climates, chestnuts can thrive and provide delicious nuts for years. We'll break it down step by step. Let's talk about why you should plant chestnut trees. These trees offer tons of perks. First, they're a nutritious powerhouse, low in fat, high in fiber and vitamin C and minerals, making them great for immune boosting and even diabetes prevention. The chestnut trees improve soil health with deep roots, which enhance structure and nutrient cycling, reduce erosion, sequester carbon, and boost biodiversity by providing habitat for wildlife. They attract deer, turkeys, and other animals, which is perfect if you're into wildlife watching or hunting. Mature chestnut trees are stunning, adding curb appeal to your garden or property. And economically, chestnuts are a high-value crop. They fetch premium prices at supermarkets and farmers markets, often $8 to $12 per pound for fresh nuts in the Pacific Northwest, making them profitable for small-scale growers or even just to offset costs by selling extras. Plus, with reliable annual crops once mature, they provide a steady source of income or homegrown food. In short, planting chestnuts is rewarding for your health, wallet, and the environment. Now let's talk about when is the best time to plant chestnut trees. First up, timing is everything. In the Pacific Northwest, the best window for planting chestnut trees is during the dormant season, typically between November and April. This avoids frozen ground or hot, dry summer weather that can stress young trees. Fall planting from mid-September to mid-October works well too, as cooler temps and rainfall help roots establish before winter. If you're starting from seeds or potted seedlings, early spring around mid-March is ideal once the soil is workable and frost risks are low. Here is a pro tip: plant bare root trees as soon as possible in fall or spring for the best results. Now, which species should you choose? The Pacific Northwest School wet climate favors European plus Japanese hybrids over pure Chinese varieties, which need more heat to ripen nuts reliably. Top picks include Colossal, which produces large nuts and high yield, Bauch de Betizac, which is disease resistant and vigorous, or Marsal with large nuts and high yield in cool climates. These hybrids offer blight resistance that is important since the Pacific Northwest has low blight pressure, but it's still a risk, and they produce well in our conditions. American chestnuts Castanea dentata can grow here too, but they're more susceptible to blight unless you opt for resistant hybrids like Dunstan. Avoid pure Europeans if blight is a concern, but hybrids blend the best traits. Soil prep is crucial. Chestnuts hate wet feet. Aim for well-drained sandy loam with a pH of 5.0 to 6.5. Test your soil first. If it's too clay-heavy, amend with compost, peat moss, perlite, or vermiculite to improve drainage. Dig holes 2 to 3 times wider than the root ball, same depth. Add native forest soil for beneficial microbes if possible. Avoid low-lying areas or heavy clay, opt for slopes or ridges. Space trees 20 to 40 feet apart for good airflow and pollination. Patience pays off. Most hybrids start bearing in 3 to 5 years, with commercial crops by year 7 to year 10. Full maturity hits at 15 to 20 years, but you'll get small yields earlier if conditions are right. Nuts ripen late August to September in the Pacific Northwest, over 10 to 30 days. Once planted, care is straightforward. Provide full sun at least 8 hours and irrigate during dry Pacific Northwest summers, especially for nut sizing. Mulch to retain moisture, but don't overwater. Aim for dry outs between sessions. Paint trunks with white latex to prevent sun-scaled. Watch for pests like European shothole borer. Keep trees healthy with proper pruning minimal, not like fruit trees. Fertilize based on soil tests, but skip the first year unless deficient. Get ready for harvest by prepping the ground. Mow grass, remove debris for easy pickup. Burrs split when nuts are ready. Pick within 48 hours to avoid spoilage or wildlife theft. Use gloves to handle spiny burrs. Harvest every couple of days in late summer or fall. Yields vary, depends on species, but 15 plus years mature trees can produce 50 to 100 pounds per tree. By species, European plus Japanese hybrids like Colossal can produce 50 to 100 pounds. Bauch de Betizac can produce up to 80 pounds. Dunstan, which is American and Chinese hybrid, before maturity can produce up to 20 pounds, scaling to 50 to 100 pounds. In general, per acre expect 2,000 to 3,000 pounds at maturity. So, are you ready to plant? Local nurseries are best. Check Washington Chestnut Company for a wide selection of hybrids. Burnt Ridge Nursery in Onalaska, Washington offers grafted and seedling options. Raintree Nursery, Spencer Creek Nursery, or One Green World in Portland for Pacific Northwest adapted varieties. You can also purchase online. Chestnut Hill Tree Farm for Dunstans. You can pre-order bare root in winter for shipping in early spring. I hope you found this helpful for growing chestnuts in the Pacific Northwest. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching.